Oh, one thing I forgot to mention last week's episode was about Donald Trump and Obama. And do you remember Donald Trump? He was one of the ones calling for Obama to release his birth certificate because he didn't think Obama was born in America. He thought he was born in Kenya.
Yeah, and then Obama actually did, and then that still wasn't good enough.
Yeah. He makes himself look so ridiculous most of the time.
He does. He just does these outlandish things. I genuinely do think it's just for a cry for attention.
Although, to be fair...
That's why he does the Celebrity Apprentice. He doesn't bother with the normal one, because that's just normal people. Celebrity Apprentice, yeah.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I was reading Clinton tried to do the same during the 2008 election, though. They tried to kind of build up an image that he wasn't born in America, so...
Yeah, but then she realised people liked Obama and they wanted to vote him in, and so she kissed his ass and he gave her a job.
Yep. Well, that was after he got elected.
Yeah. Which, I wouldn't have done if I was him, because they're completely opposite ends of the spectrum. He was all about being young and change and adapting. She was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've had enough of politics. We did that for like an hour last week and it killed us.
Yeah, that was enough. It was too much for us.
Yeah, so we're skipping Yulia's funeral and joining you here today. Well, how many people have we killed off and put in prison during the year, almost year that we've been on?
I just think how grim it is with avoiding our own friend's funeral.
Yeah, just to do this. You know what? She died because she enjoyed the episode so much and the dork seduction so much that, yeah.
This is what she would have wanted.
Yeah, this is what she would have wanted. This is how she wants it. We're actually broadcasting from her funeral. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alcohol poisoning, man. Don't do it,
kids. We'll give you an update when they're burying her or cremating her. Yeah. What'd she get?
This is so great.
Yeah, we'll have to find out.
I hope she doesn't actually, I hope in real life she doesn't die during an episode, listening to an episode or anything like that. I hope we haven't cursed her.
I do kind of like coincidences.
She's going to outlive us all, I tells you.
She probably will. I do like coincidences, though. I would be terribly sad, but it would be funny.
Yeah, well, no, it wouldn't be funny because she's our friend and we have to be sad.
No,
it's not going to be funny.
Even being our friend, it'd still be kind of funny in a way, you know. Not necessarily a ha-ha-ha kind of way, but...
I made a grim joke at work. I mean, I was with a colleague and we were interacting with someone and she said, Era's a really nice name. This little girl's called Era. And then I said, you know what? At her funeral, they're going to say, it's the end of an era. And then this was like a 6-year-old girl I was talking about.
Jesus, Tarvin.
And I was just like, why did I know it's very grim, but I couldn't stop myself from saying it. That's all I could think of.
What kind of response
We like grim shit. She was like, you've just ruined that name for me. I was like, sorry. Sorry.
I'd love to hear some of your socially awkward moments.
Yeah, I'm quite socially awkward, so yeah, I do say some weird shit.
Yeah.
I try and be normal in public, though. I have tried, like at work, I do try my hardest to be normal.
Yeah.
It's just, but sometimes I can't help it, and it just jumps out, like the end of an era joke.
Yeah.
But that was like, come on, the child was called Era. Like,
it's a bit of a stupid name, if I'm honest. Why would you call like a child Era?
I don't know.
Yeah. But enough of insulting people's names.
I hope none of them. I hope she doesn't listen to this one day when she's older.
Yeah. I doubt she's listening to it right now.
By the time, she'll learn that joke at some point. End of an era.
she'll have got used to that kind of abuse.
Anyway.
Yeah. Do you know how I like my meat?
How do you like your meat? Do you really like it fatty?
Yeah, fatty. You know, I like the fat.
Yeah, I'm not buying that segue, man. You went for that. Yeah. Like, that wasn't even a segue. You completely changed the subject. You know, I like my meat.
I thought that was really subtle. God.
You like it fatty.
Yeah. So that doesn't work then. So you come up with a better one.
Well,
then.
You've just done it now, haven't you?
Well, there you go.
This episode's about Fatty Arbuckle, also known as Roscoe Arbuckle.
Yeah. Shall we say when he was born?
Well, I think what we should first say is intro music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so do you want to do it? Because I did it last time.
Okay.
Well, neither of us did
No.
it last time. We were just like, yeah, okay, let's just do the intro music.
Insert intro music.
Welcome to the Brooks Deduction Podcast, where we talk about stuff.
That's actually, yeah, I think that's better than you screaming
yeah.
it. Insert the intro music here.
Yeah.
And here. And here.
We should do it as Nazis, perhaps one day.
We went a couple of episodes without mentioning them.
I don't know. Did you mentioned Führer last episode?
That wasn't...
But
a
come on.
Führer isn't just for Nazis, right? That's just a leader of a party.
No, Führer is
Or
very
leader of a
German. It's a
nation.
German word.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
Führer. You don't call David Cameron Führer, do you? Or
Okay, I watched too much of Man in the High Castle,
Yeah.
okay? Every other word was Hell Führer.
oh, geez,
But it was a good show, and you liked it because I made you like it.
you didn't make me like it. I liked it because I chose to like it.
Yeah, I make you watch and read a lot of things.
Yeah, you make me like the way it sounds. Like you telling it now just makes you like command me or something. I
do command you because I'm the
I don't want this
Führer.
image kind of coming about.
I think people by this is episode 15, by the way. I think people by episode 15 know who commands everything. It's me.
Yeah, I give you that illusion, basically. But behind the scenes,
Do you
it's
really?
me controlling everything. I'm the real
Matt,
Führer.
you know what? I'm going to edit this episode so it's just me talking, and the only bits of you are you saying, like, I'm an idiot or something, because I could easily do that.
You're not going to convince me to say that, and I nearly was about to say...
Yeah, but I've got 50 episodes worth of recordings from you, Matt.
There's no way I've said what you
No,
want
but
me
you
to
have
say.
probably said I, and you've probably said am, you've probably said an, and you've probably said idiot. You just need to put them all together.
Fuck you. Yeah, so anyway, let's get to talking about Fatty Arbuckle.
Oh, yes, the fatty Arbuckle.
Yeah. The Fatty
So,
I
pardon?
don't know how you say the Fatty Arbuckle.
The fatty
He's
Arbuckle,
the only
yeah.
one as far as we know.
His actual name is Roscoe Arbuckle, but he was of a large stature. He was about 250 to 300 pounds. Not as in his net worth. That's how much he weighed. Because
Yeah, all the weight was
him
just
being-
his money, basically.
Yeah, the weight was just his money in his pockets. He had it in pound coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In America.
Anyway.
Yeah, pound coins, yeah.
Yeah, in yeah.
Dollar.
America had pound coins in the 1920s.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they did, Tom.
Yeah. Like, we didn't even have pound coins then. We had it in notes.
Yeah.
Everything was notes, right?
Yeah. I think your knowledge of American culture is amazing.
I'm the one with family there. I'm the one that's been there.
I've been there as well.
Oh, you went to the good place that I wanted to go to.
I had New York cheesecake, which is amazing.
I've heard that. Did you have New York pizza as well? You probably had you've actually been to Italy and had Italian pizza.
Yeah, I have. Where they put potatoes on the bloody pizza. I mean,
I like potatoes on the pizzas.
yeah, I just wasn't used to it. I mean, the potato tells you how big the bloody pizza was, though, doesn't it? That you can fit a potato on it.
Wait, they put a full
like,
potato. They didn't even
chopped
cut it up.
but they were still quite big.
I was about to
Still
say.
quite big lumps of potato. Though. I was like, bloody hell! It's like
Okay.
having a roast potato on.
Can we
pizza.
stop? Because I haven't eaten, which I've already told you. So you're making me hungry.
Ooh,
And we've still got an episode to record, and I actually have to go out and get food afterwards. So it's going to take a
yeah.
while.
Lots of ice cream in Italy as well.
I've got ice cream downstairs. You're making me hungry.
Right,
Okay.
I will try
Right.
and go without the food references.
Oh, yeah, because he's quite big as well. Let's not make
Yeah.
any jokes about him being
No.
fat. Okay, so Roscoe Arbuckle, also known as Fatty Arbuckle because I said he was quite large.
Yeah.
He was a silent film actor, comedian, screenwriter and a director,
So, all-round
according to
talent, basically.
Wikipedia. Yeah, he's multi-talented.
Yeah.
But a lot of the comedians are like everything as well.
Yeah.
A lot of comedians are writers and they act as well.
Well, I think Chaplin and Buster Keaton, they wrote their stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, they got inspiration from this guy,
Yeah, because he discovered Buster Keaton, didn't he?
though. Yeah, he was sort of his mentor as well.
Yeah,
And Buster Keaton supported him through the incident which we are going to
Yeah.
be discussing here.
which is...
And Charlie Chaplin, he got his inspiration for the, what's the character called?
A tramp, isn't it?
Yeah, the tramp from Fatty Arbuckle.
Yeah.
the look of
Yeah,
him.
he also worked with Harold Lloyd, which is another one of the silent stars, but he also discovered Bob Hope as well. Who American knows quite well.
So, Fatty Arbuckle, he actually referred to himself as Fatty, which shows he has a sense of humour.
Yeah.
He started his career off in his teens, and he was, gigging, I guess, performing. Did they had, like, music halls in America as well, though, didn't they? Or was that just a British thing?
I'm fairly certain they did.
So it must have been the music halls, because that's how they did it back then. And at the age of 26, he was signed to Keystone Pictures, which is still around today, yes?
Keystone.
Oh, no, I'm thinking Touchstone, yeah. Keystone probably isn't around. No, it's Keystone Film Company. That definitely isn't around, because nothing's called Film Company anymore.
But because that's where Chaplin worked as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, initially, but then he founded United Artists with, what's her name?
Mary Pickford, isn't it?
Yeah, Mary Pickford. This is like a spin-off off of our Olive Thomas one,
I think this is our favourite era.
Yeah, it is. It really is, because that one of my favourite episodes with the Olive Thomas one and the Butterfly Murders one. But I love the 1920s in general. Sure, I couldn't have lived in it because I would have been racially abused and segregated. But it's nice to look back on lovingly, even though I wouldn't have survived that era.
Yeah, well, every cloud has a silver
being the pigmentation that I am and thinking I'm as good as I am. Yeah. So he was initially signed to Keystone Film Company, and eventually he signed a $1 million per year contract with Paramount Pictures, which is where his troubles start. Yeah. And $1 million per year it's a lot of money now. It was a heck of a lot of money back then.
Yeah, because you did say he was the highest paid star, wasn't he? Or something like that.
Yeah, he was the highest paid star of that time.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that led to his future troubles, because to celebrate his new contract, him and a few friends, they decided to pick up sticks and rent a few rooms at St. Francis Hotel, I think it was, in San Francisco. And they staged a party there when they invited a bevy of beauties.
Yeah.
One of these beauties named...
Virginia Rappe.
No, it's pronounced Rappe. That annoyed me when I thought it was Rappe as well.
God.
But then I read it was pronounced Rappe. So she should really have an accent on the top of the E.
Yeah, she sounds a bit snotty, she does, or snooty.
Yeah, I think she was a bit of a wannabe actress.
Yeah.
So maybe it was rap, but she wanted to sound more exotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you would, wouldn't you? You need something that would stand out, make you stand out.
Virginia Rappe doesn't really sound... Kind of sounds like something.
Virginia got rapped by a cane. Probably shouldn't make that joke about this dead woman.
She's been dead a long time.
Yeah. She has been dead a long time, and probably anyone that loved her is dead as well.
Yeah.
So that's all right, actually. Like. Yeah, let's just... So, one of these, like I said, one of the ladies that was in attendance was Virginia Rappe, and 4 days after the party, she passed away in excruciating pain. And, well, should I say what Arbuckle said happened, or what... I'll say what Arbuckle said happened first, and then we can go into this other bitch. That's all I'm going to call her.
Oh.
Yeah. Not Virginia Rappe, the woman. You know who I'm talking about. The woman. Bambina. Yeah. So she died 4 days after the party because of something that may have occurred at the party. Yeah. Arbuckle's claim after her passing was that he found her vomiting violently, helped clean her up and put her to bed, and he went back to the party. And then when he came back to check on her, she was on the floor. He put her back into bed and went to get help. When help arrived, he sort of went on his way because he went to meet a friend. Which is reasonable and seems like a nice thing to do. It seems like he's a nice person, because we sort of know from his previous work and stuff and his friendships that he is a nice person. Yeah. So this is all fitting in his character. Yeah. But then along came a lady called Maud Belmont. Or Delmont? Belmont, isn't it?
Could be even.
Del Monte, that's it. I can't even read my own handwriting. Maud Del Monte. Also known as Bambina and Madame Black. And her job was to provide women for these high-flying Hollywood parties that would entertain men. But what she would do is she would get them to the women to accuse the men of rape. So she'd have blackmail material. And rather than have a scandal break out in Hollywood, they would usually pay the women off and Maud Del Monte off as well. Yeah. So this woman is clearly a terrible woman, which is why I said before, this bitch, I'll talk about her later. I had no respect for this woman whatsoever.
She sounds awful.
No, it gets worse.
Oh, no.
So after Virginia's passing, she actually accused Fatty Arbuckle of raping her severely. Yeah, which led to her death of rupturing. We didn't even say what the cause of death was. Okay, I'll say what the cause of death was afterwards. And we'll get into that afterwards because I've got a few questions about that, actually.
Yeah.
She says that he raped her savagely and his weight eventually killed her because he was 250 to 300 pounds. He also said that she was screaming out for help at the party, which no one has corroborated, and that she, as in Maud Del Monte, who is the figure of innocence and would always help a woman in need, did attempt to break into the room to help her, but she was unable to get through. And eventually, when Arbuckle came out, she saw her naked lying on the floor. Ooh. Yeah, it was the complete opposite of what Fatty Arbuckle was perceived to be.
Yeah.
He was sort of lovable and friendly, and he seemed like he was in a happy, stable marriage. And you wouldn't expect him to do something like this.
Yeah.
But then you never do you?
Yeah.
Like, we've learned that from, like, Operation U-Tree.
Yeah. Rolf Harris.
Like, we've got all these Rolf Harris of all people.
Yeah. Well,
If you're American, you probably won't understand what we're talking about.
Would be the American.
Oh, the Bill Cosby. Yeah, you understand the Bill Cosby. Like, oh, come on. Who would have expected that? But then the more women that come out and corroborate it, the more believable it gets.
Yeah.
But no one corroborated this. And this woman has a reputation of doing this.
She was a convicted criminal, wasn't she? She was convicted before, so...
She's not exactly a woman of virtue and respect and dignity.
Yeah.
So those are the two stories that happened. The official cause of death for Virginia was periodontitis, which was caused by a ruptured bladder.
Yeah.
And that some people linked his weight, maybe the pressure of his body against hers while he was raping her, maybe he ruptured her bladder. How the fuck do fat people have sex then?
Yeah.
Without killing people. Like, you see those people in Jeremy Kyle, some of them are really, really huge.
Yeah.
And they have, like, regular partners.
Yeah. Also, I think if you're rupturing someone's bladder, I think you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. That's just awkward. Actually, it might not be wrong for them, okay? It might feel alright. But...
You mean they enjoy it? Oh, you ruptured my bladder, you naughty thing.
Not the spleen, I mean the, contortionism. I don't know. Anyway, but I googled periodontitis, and the NHS has told me it's inflammation of the tissue in the abdomen. Yeah. Which is all well and good, but it says that it's caused by infections. Yeah. So...
Well, I was reading that she had chronic cystitis, which is basic inflammation of the bladder, so... She already had that before this incident.
Oh, okay, and then the spleen and the bladder just ruptured.
Yeah, so
okay.
I suppose that works out.
So it predates the party as well. So on the surface, it would seem like evidence-wise, there's not really much linking Arbuckle to her death. Yeah. It seems like she had a disease and she had an infection and she passed away in agony. Yeah. I mean, it took her days to pass away. She didn't even go to the hospital until the third day because people just thought she was drunk. So if other people think she's drunk and there's nothing going on with her other than that, and there's not actually any evidence, who would actually link Arbuckle to her other than this woman that wants money and attention? Yeah. But William Randolph Hearst. You know the name, yes?
I think I heard it in my research somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, so he's sort of like a Richard Murdoch of the 1920s era. He basically owned like most of the papers and magazines. He still the Hearst family still do in America. So basically owning the media. Yeah. So he allegedly he wasn't fond of Hollywood. He wanted them to be based in like South California rather than North California or something like that. He had an agenda against Hollywood. Yeah. So when this woman came about making these claims about Arbuckle, he ran with it. He was publishing it left, right, and centre. It was juicy. It was the first major scandal. It's happened around the same time as the Olive Thomas one. So we talked about this briefly in that episode as well. So it was the first major scandal that occurred.
This was a lot bigger, though, wasn't it? I think. Yeah.
It was a lot bigger.
This was a big star being accused.
Yeah, because someone got accused of raping and inadvertently killing this woman, this young woman who wanted to be a starlet. Yeah,
yeah, because I was reading somewhere that people kind of thought this kind of Hollywood was kind of covered in like fairy dust, that it was all perfect, so this kind of really ruined that illusion for the first time.
a lot more worse stuff goes on as well.
Yeah.
Because I also read that people were surprised that this is one of the few that actually got out.
Yeah.
Stories that were out there.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Hearst actually is quoted saying that the incident sold more papers than the sinking of Lusitania. Ooh. So it's a very popular story.
Yeah.
So it got latched on by the media and circulated everywhere.
Yeah.
And a district attorney named Matthew Brady, he must have loved William Hearst. He wanted to make a name for himself. He wanted to become a governor as well. Yeah. So what DAs do is they latch on to a case that is getting a lot of traction, a lot of media attention, and they go for that one.
Yeah.
So he went for this one unsuccessfully because, as we've mentioned before, there's no evidence of it. He was tried 3 times and he was acquitted eventually on the 3rd trial. And I actually have a note. Have you seen the note from the jurors?
No.
Okay. The jurors actually wrote him a note.
Yeah.
After he was acquitted, and I will read it out to you right now. Acquittal is not enough for Roscoe Arbuckle. We feel that a great injustice has been done to him. There was not the slightest proof adduced to connect him in any way with the commission of a crime. He was manly throughout the case and told a straightforward story which we all believe. We wish him success and hope that the American people will take the judgment of 14 men and women that Roscoe Arbuckle is entirely innocent and free of all blame. That's the jury saying, oh my God, this case was ridiculous. I can't believe we had to sit through it.
Yeah. So it was so obvious then to them.
Yeah. It was obvious even from the outset because all we've got is this woman saying something.
Yeah.
And a ruptured bladder, which could have happened through... And if you hold your wee in too long, you could probably rupture your bladder. I mean, it has happened. I've heard it has happened.
Yeah.
And you would think that would be the end of it. He got acquitted. Even the jury was saying that there was no truth to it. They saw the evidence. They were in the trial. There was no proof to what was being said. So you would think that was the end of it, but was it? No.
The public... quite a lot of the public refused to believe the jury, didn't they, really? I read.
Yeah, but also, he got acquitted around the time that Will Hayes was making his way in the political world. And if you know the name Hayes, it's probably because of the Hayes Code that was enforced in Hollywood around the golden age of Hollywood, so in the 20s and 30s. The Hayes Code, it's officially called the Motion Picture Production Code, so it's the upkeep of morality in American Hollywood. So you wouldn't show nudity, you wouldn't show sex scenes, you can't have anyone overtly sexual in motion pictures or anyone of a low moral status.
Yeah.
Which Will Hayes, even though Arbuckle had been acquitted, Will Hayes still believed Arbuckle was against American values and morality. So he was actually banned.
Yeah.
He banned him outright on the 19th of April 1922.
Yeah.
So months after this happened, the death.
Yeah. Because it was lifted eventually, wasn't it? But even then, he still struggled to get work.
Well, what happened in between the time of the ban and it being lifted, he was directing.
Yeah.
He was directing under a pseudonym. So at a time, him and Buster Keaton toyed with the name Will Be Good. Yeah. Which I thought he should have just stuck with that. That's actually quite nice. But then he thought, that would bring too much attention to him, so he settled for William Goodrich. And so he was directing movies in that time, but people report that he wasn't the same as he used to be. It's like he lost a part of himself. Yeah. Which you would, because if you're a performer and that's what you've wanted to do ever since he was a teenager. Yeah. And he was successful and he was actually going somewhere with his life and it just all got stripped away from him and someone's told him he can't do it. Yeah. And so, a part of him was lost. So people that were working under him as a director, they reported that. It was like a part of him died. Yeah. He was not that sweet man that he used to be. Yeah. Which would do that to you.
Yeah, it's quite understandable. Also, particularly if, people are still not entirely convinced as well that he was innocent. So that must have hurt a lot.
Yeah, so he did this he was directing for a few years, and in 1932, I think the ban was lifted and he signed a multi-picture deal with Warner Brothers. Yeah. To make, was it 6 movies?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and they were his first talkies because when he was still doing it was still silent film when he was doing it before. Yeah. And this is the early 30s, the talkies were coming out.
Yeah, I think I read a quote that he said it was... He purportedly said it was the best day of his life or something.
So, when the movies started coming out, they were doing well in the US.
Yeah.
And but they were still banned from the UK because of the case,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I just don't want to go into it.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, because the Hays Code only affected Hollywood cinema.
Yeah.
Why the hell is it? I just, It made me really angry to read that. I was like, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So, right, when he was, I think it was just after he'd finished filming the last film on his contract, he went out to celebrate his first wedding anniversary with his wife. And some friends, and later that night he had a heart attack and died in his sleep.
Yeah.
So just as his career was starting back up again, he passed away at the age of 44.
I thought it was 46, I think.
46, I think. I've got it written here. Yeah, 46.
Yeah.
He was born in 1988. Not 1888. 1887, that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't memorise all my fucking notes.
I actually read that he died on the same day he signed the contract.
No, because he actually made some of the films. It was the last day that I think it was on the last day of the shooting of the last film.
Oh, right.
Because they got released, because I said they were successful in the US.
No.
They got released.
Yeah. Just to say, I read somewhere that he'd actually died on the day.
Okay, one of our sources are wrong. I'd like to think that he filmed them first.
Yeah.
So he got some semblance of happiness and hope.
I've got it.
Than
the two films you were talking about were, I think they were short films. They were 2 real comedies, and so it was. And so what the contract he was signing on the day he died was a contract for a full actual feature film.
Okay, so it was a short film that got made and released. Oh, okay, so we're both sort of right and sort of wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the strength of those 6 real films, he got the contract, and so and that was why he said this contract was best day of his life.
Well, it would be, because if you thought your career was dead and gone, and you had one, but then it makes it so much sadder that you just died the same day, same night.
I remember, because I watched a documentary, I'm not sure, you know Paul Merton, he does Have I Got News For You and stuff like that. He's big on the silent comedy, and I remember he did a documentary on Fatty Arbuckle. I was like, it's really sad, he's gone through all that shit, and then he dies on that day. You think, Christ.
And it's all the media's fault.
Yeah, because I was reading that, well, obviously, I think we talked in the Oliver Thomas one that journalism standards weren't quite what they were. Well, they're not that great now, but they were even worse back then. And they just kind of... even though he was being...
Yeah, now you can get injunctions and stuff, because I was YouTubing Graham Norton, and Sienna Miller was on at some point with Bradley Cooper, and I saw a clip of it. She has an injunction, and they're not even allowed to pap her anymore. That would be so... If I was famous, I'd get myself one of those injunctions.
Yeah, but I was reading, because the fact he was actually tried for... He wasn't actually tried for the sexual assault. He was tried for manslaughter. I mean, it was initially murder, but I think they realised there was no way he was going to get done for murder. So, but the press was still reporting as if he was being done for sexual assault. I mean, and they basically just portrayed him as, I read it as a fat brute who pinned down his prey, rupturing her bladder.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's there's no standards then. Just someone had beef with Hollywood, so he thought because I think this Hearst guy, he the basis for Citizen Kane or something. Yeah, that's where I remember the name from.
You don't remember the name from just Hearst? You never knew the name Hearst?
Not really, no. I was researching on Citizen Kane ages ago that I read the name. I hadn't heard the name before then. I do like the name Bambino, though. Such a
Bambino.
Weird name. She like Bambino more Del Monte.
Yeah, so so the media was bad. She was a horrible woman. She didn't get... There was no consequences to what she did, right?
I doubt it.
It's horrible.
It just sounds like there's such a name you expect from that time, though. Even Virginia Rappe. They had such great names back then.
More Del Monte. I'm assuming they were both not called... Yeah, that wasn't their actual names.
I doubt it somehow.
But... Yeah, so this woman probably didn't even suffer any consequences. I mean, that's the worst thing about, reporting a rape, because, if you're lying about it, you're making it worse for people that aren't. Yeah. Because people aren't going to believe you. Yeah. And also, you're going to paint this person that's innocent in a terrible light.
Yeah. And the thing is also, that kind of stuff sticks. There's a great... no matter, I think in like both in England and America, there's a great sense of, there's no smoke without fire. People believe so. If even you only need to sow the seed by accusing someone, and people will believe that for a long time, even if people are proved innocent.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it also makes it bad for women that have been raped. Because if people might just automatically think she's lying, but because this woman has lied, or there's other women that have lied about it. There should be consequences if you lie about a rape. Because if there are consequences if you committed one, there should be consequences if you lie about one.
Yeah.
Because I'm a feminist, and people look down on me for that because they think I'm crazy and I hate men. I don't. I just believe in equal rights all round, good and bad. So if you fuck up as a woman, you should still get punished.
Yeah.
So this woman, Maud Del Monte, she should have been imprisoned or something. Especially if she's basically, it sounds like she's whoring women out. She basically
when you
whoring
first said
women
that,
out.
She said, it sounds like a pimp to me.
She is. She was basically whoring women out, and she was making them pretend that they all got raped by men when they haven't.
Yeah.
It's just, she should have suffered some consequences at least.
Yeah, there's nothing to say about what actually happened to her, though, is there?
No, there was nothing.
It's just a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
It's kind of mind knowing what happened to her.
I hope she got arrested or flamed.
Yeah.
I want to say raped herself, but even I'm not that horrible.
That is a bit dark.
Even I'm not horrible, but then again, it's sort of like this is something that she's been lying about. I mean, she's been taking it lightly. I mean, it happens to some people.
Ooh, I found something here. Apparently, she got held in a bigamy charge later on in life.
Bigamy charge? That's not going to be a major thing, though, is it?
Still, it's something. Apparently, she married someone without divorcing her first husband or something like that.
I know that he didn't, but if Fatty Arbuckle did rape her and that led to her death, Maud Del Monte, she's still liable because she was whoring her out. So either way, Maud Del Monte, fucking hell, man, I just wish she got arrested or something.
Yeah.
I wish we knew, other than the bigamy.
Yeah, but after that, I can't find anything on her.
Yeah. Which is sad. I mean, I wish the press had hounded her more. What should have happened is, like, when he got cleared, the press should have hounded her because she lied.
She wasn't a young woman as well. She was, like, middle-aged when this happened.
Yeah, because she's the pimp.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to want to screw her. They want the young ones. So she controls the young ones. That's basically how it works. I don't know why I'm talking like I actually know the industry and I know it, but isn't that what happens? You whore yourself out, and then when you're too old to do it, you get other people to whore themselves out. Yeah.
Wow. She had, I'm reading here, she had over 50 arrests while she was a prostitute. Wow.
Then why was she, I don't understand. If you're arrested 50 times, even if it is just a prostitution charge, just fuck off already. They should just lock you up. She shouldn't have been around to do this. Yeah. Who knows? If Virginia didn't go to the party, people wouldn't have thought she was just drunk and probably would have gotten her to a hospital sooner.
Could this be that her bladder ruptured because she had the cystitis? So.
Yeah, but then people just thought she was drunk, so they didn't pay attention to it. If this woman hadn't made her go to this party, so it doesn't matter which way you talk it up. Maud Del Monte killed Virginia Rappe.
She's an all-round bitch, as you say.
Yeah, fucking bitch. Yeah. I really don't like the woman, if you hadn't noticed, Matt.
I did wonder why you called her a bitch at first. I was like, that's a bit harsh.
You thought I was talking about Virginia, though, didn't you?
Yeah, at first. I was like, it's a bit...
And then I had to correct myself. No, I'm talking about the other woman. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't find anything on what happened to her afterwards. Is this
and you're a whore expert.
What?
You're a whore expert.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, takes one to know one, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, you know about the whores, I know about the industry. Yeah. We should run a brothel! The Dork Seduction brothel, we're opening soon.
Do I have to be like the Madam Black or something?
I'll be actually, I don't want to be the Madam Black. She seems like a horrible, horrible woman. I'll be a nice pimp. I won't beat you up. I'm selling myself now. I won't beat you up. You'll get a decent cut of the profits.
Yeah. I like that, the nice pimp.
Yeah, you hear about horror stories about pimps just beating the crap out of the prostitutes. I would never do that, okay? Purely because, I'm physically inept, if we're going to be perfectly frank, so I wouldn't be able to beat the crap out of you anyway. And I believe in getting your fair share, so I would pay you the right appropriate amount. So, come work for me, prostitutes.
You might get a lot of business that way.
Yeah, I'll make you get checked out at a sex clinic. I'll run it like they do in Amsterdam. You would have to be clean, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And make sure you're on the pill or you've got an implant or something, or something to stop you getting pregnant, because that's just going to eat into my profit margin if you have the kid, and then you're gonna have to be out of play, because I wouldn't, unless like there's some men that have pregnancy fetishes, because then you could earn me a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to think about it if you get pregnant.
Me, if I get.
Yeah, no, not you. I mean, my future employees.
I like how you advertise.
Oh my god, I'm the one that's going to actually end up in prison, aren't I?
Yeah, I just like how you're advertising during the podcast.
Yes. Hey, come join my brothel, people.
Yeah, but you're also like the customers as well. You'll be getting customers from this as well.
Oh yeah, I would, wouldn't I? It's going to be the Dork Seduction brothel. Come on.
Yeah, I think there should be a law against this kind of thing. You're advertising your businesses on this podcast.
I was thinking, let's stop like mentioning businesses and stuff, because they ain't paying us.
No.
Like, I'm not going to say Google anymore. I'm not going to say Bing. I'm not going to say Coke. I'm not going to say Sainsbury's or Tesco.
Yeah.
They're not giving me shit.
I'm not going to say mini cheddars or, you know.
Is that your packet of mini cheddars? I can see it because we're at Julia's funeral. Yeah. She loves mini cheddars. We're having it in honor of her.
I mean, that's what I take to every funeral.
That's grim. We're doing this episode during Julia's funeral.
Yeah, if you hear it.
It's the big 50, everyone.
If you hear an organ anytime.
Yeah, I don't really know what we can actually say about this, other than the media was horrible, and so is Maud Del Monte.
I just find it so terribly sad that kind of on the day when things are looking up for him, he dies. It's kind of there's a few celebrity stories like that, isn't there? Though, like they're just about to get their life back on track, and they go and die.
What is it, like Amy Winehouse? I think, didn't she die just because she just stopped drinking? She didn't wean herself off of it. She stopped drinking.
Yeah, that sometimes can be worse than
turkey. Yeah, you're supposed to wean yourself off it, but that shows she went cold turkey because she wanted to stop drinking. She didn't want to be an alcoholic anymore. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's sad.
It's sad. I'm so glad we had the interlude about the brothel. That was quite funny, and now we're going back to being sad again. Yeah.
We've got a wide range of emotions, haven't we?
Yeah, we do sadness, we do brothel talk, we do Julia alcohol poisoning. Oh shit, Julia died of alcohol poisoning. We're at her funeral and we're doing the Fatty Arbuckle episode, where the woman dies possibly, well, people think it's because of the alcohol and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with us? Too many coincidences, man.
Did you check Julia's bladder before she died?
No. No, I thought it was just her liver.
It's her bladder going.
That was the problem.
Jeez.
It's her bladder going.
I think I might be about to die as well.
Yeah, I know. You're sounding a bit off.
Jesus.
Did you just choke?
Yeah, it feels like I've got something stuck down there. Jesus. Oh.
It's a mini cheddar.
I haven't even started eating them yet.
Okay, so Matt's going to die. Like, immediately after this episode's over, we're going to record the next episode from his funeral.
Gee, all your friends are dying. You're the curse here.
All my friends are dying. So the anniversary episode is going to be me dying, isn't it? It's going to be broadcast from my funeral.
You can hope.
Anyway, yeah, we didn't even really discuss much. We were just telling you guys about the case, but we thought you should know, because it shows you how horrible the media is and how you can't take things at face value.
They're not that much different now, to be fair.
They're not that much different now.
You know,
like celebrities and things do have more protection in place because of the court system. And the courts are factoring media into it, where it was like a new thing back then. They didn't have injunctions or super injunctions. I do feel sorry for celebrities now. Is it a bit weird that if, say, a guy was chasing me down the road, that would be a crime and police could arrest him from that? But if he's holding a camera and chasing me down the road, that's all right?
Yeah, I think it's wrong.
It's odd, isn't it?
To be honest, I think the tabloids are cancer in society. They really are. Disgusting.
Yeah, and like people actually read it. I see people reading them. It's like, why are you wasting your time on this bullshit? It's all fiction, possibly, or just...
It appeals to like the worst kind of sides of humanity as well. I don't know why it's encouraged, to be honest.
It's not encouraged by the Dork Seduction. We endorse brothels, we do not endorse tabloids.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, basically. That's what this episode is like. It's a big advertisement for our new brothel.
Tabloid papers. And that, to be fair, they are.
Brothels, like, as long as like the prostitutes that want to work, that are working, that actually want to do the job, and they're not getting abused, and they're getting money for it, obviously the people that come there are getting pleasure, then I don't see what's so wrong with it. I think we should legalise it. It'll probably make the whole prostitution industry in the UK better. I mean, it'll be safer for people.
In theory, I think I'd have much more fun at a brothel than I would reading a tabloid newspaper.
Okay, so I think we'll end it here.
That's my contribution.
All right. So I was like thinking this was going to be a really long one.
Yeah, it wasn't too depressing either, because it is quite...
It wasn't that
a bit
depressing because we had the interlude about the brothel. Yeah. But yeah, so this man... I just feel sad for him, really. Like, he didn't even really get to have his life put back on track.
Yeah, and he was clearly
before it got taken away from him. Yeah, it's horrible what happened to him.
I mean, to be fair, if a talented person commits a crime, they should be punished.
Yeah, but he didn't commit a crime.
And he shouldn't. So... Also, the one quick point just to leave, the morality groups were calling for him to be executed before he'd even kind of actually gone to trial, I think. You know, how wrong's that?
Can I just bring it back to a point that you just said? Like, if a famous person's committed a crime, they should be punished. Yeah. How often does that happen?
How often does that happen?
How often do they actually get properly punished?
Isn't it? I think that's the problem.
I mean, no, because more often than not, we hear people of celebrities that have committed crimes, they go into prison for like a day. If that. Like, the most I've heard is like Robert Downey Jr., he was in there for a few months, wasn't he? 6 months. O.J. Simpson, but like he sort of killed someone and got away with it first, and then got done for almost killing someone. So that makes sense why he was there longer. But yeah, like most of the time, the celebrities I hear about getting arrested, it's like less than a few days maybe. Nicole Richie, I read she was in prison for 88 minutes, and then got released because of overcrowding.
I just want to kind of debate. We're talking about the term talented here. Is Nicole
I know,
Richie
but
talented?
I was just trying to think of celebrities. Yeah, but the actual talented people can fake their way through a court case. Apart from Lindsay Lohan, she's not talented. She still managed to fake her way through a court case. Like, she didn't actually go to prison, did she? Or maybe she went for like a minute, a couple of hours, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
but
her.
There's been quite a lot of cases of people not going to prison for as long as we'd like them to, so
yeah. Fatty Arbuckle, we wish we knew you better, but we didn't. Yeah. And it's not your fault at all. And you're dead, so you can't hear us, so I don't know why I'm talking to you.
But it's nice. Well, I don't know for him today, but if we support him, even if he's dead.
Yeah. And we support brothels too.
Long live the brothels.
Long live the Door Seduction brothel. That's opening in a town near you.
Opening up, we should say.
Opening up.
Why did it? I know. Let's stop there. No.
We're extending our...
We're dropping our... No. We'll stop.